What is going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. We are obviously not on the water. We in the garage. I thought I would go ahead and give you guys an overview of my installation of my Xi3, man.
Come on, Nick.
Boy, listen, if y'all been following me for a little bit, y'all know that I bought my Xi3 last year. It got delivered last June and I just installed it. So I figured I'd give you guys a little overview of the installation. You guys have seen plenty of installation videos on YouTube, man. So this one's gonna be pretty short and simple. I actually had my buddy Chris hook a brother up on Instagram. I drove down to his place down in SoCal and he did the install for me. So, and it was pretty smooth. We actually did it. We actually only made 2 holes, 2 additional holes in the yak, which I was cool with. And we utilized some existing connections and holes that we already had in there to run some of the cables. So let's walk through that, man. And at the end of this, I'll take you guys out on the water with me in my first, the Maiden Voyage with the Xi3 in the tournament, man. Short video, but let's get to it. So first, we'll start at the motor. We did buy the live scope, swivel, whatever the hell you want to call this thing, pen optics joint, whatever. We bought that so for our pull handle, right, to be able to lower and raise the motor. Simple, very simple, and this swivels around freely, whatever. So when the motor spins around, this doesn't get tangled up in it. So for our release, we did a 1 hole through here, right? Tie that off with a little mini carabiner, and then we put our hole in here. Zip tied it, not zip tied it, and that goes through the hole, right? So for our connections, we went with the Anderson plugs for our connections, man. I did do the whole thing with 8-gauge wire. I know some people do 10, some people go a little smaller, which I don't recommend, but we went with the Anderson connections on here. All right, this is coming from the motor, and then we just screwed our other piece underneath here. So that's where that connects in there. And like I was saying, we use existing holes. So my power cables are coming out from the hole, the through hole that's already installed on the Hobie when you first purchase it. So coming out of there, you know, both wires, and then plus my fish finder transducer wire and power cables coming out of that same exact hole. So it made it a little easier. That was one less hole we had to drill. And then we'll come back to the battery side. We went with the Yak-N-Zak through hole mount, right? We use those, and this connects to our battery. Pretty simple. It was a pretty quick install, I'd say, man. Like I said, we drilled the least amount of holes possible. This was only the big hole that we had to make in there for our power. And then on this side, we have our quick release cable cord. So this is the one that goes up to the front, right, to pull the latch down so you can raise and lower the motor. Like again, we used the existing through hole that Hobie already had in there to run a cable out of there, and then we did install a cleat just to keep the management of the cable secure, man. So technically, we did have to drill holes in there to keep that on there, right? So instead of us saying 2, technically we made 4 holes, but whatever. This one don't count. So I'll show you guys what I did with my fuse. We put the fuse in here. I know some guys put the fuse on their battery, but okay, well, I guess I can do it with one hand. So I don't know if you're gonna be able to see, but we did our fuse basically in there, right? So there's our fuse. We have it mounted on the foam blocks that come into in the Hobie, right? Easy, no holes to mount it onto the actual yak, right? So we just put it on the on the foam blocks, man. Made it easy, right? So it's right there by my feet. So if something happens, I can lift this up, pull out the hatch, pull out the little box, and reach at the breaker if need be. Makes it easy to access. Instead of being behind me, is where I put my battery at. It's hard to reach from the seated position, right? So speaking of batteries, let's talk about the battery we got going on here. So I am running Dakota lithium 100 amp hour battery, man. This thing will last all day. I mean, I don't think I've ever come close to even draining it, man, but it's a beast. Again, with the Anderson plugs, obviously, on the ends of the battery, but solid battery. I used it for a long time when I didn't have my motor installed to do all my recharging when I was camping out. So it just powered all my stuff, and I was able to charge my batteries from my, my camera and whatnot, fish finder. It charged all that stuff while I was camping. So, but now it's running a motor, so I got to find another means to charge all my stuff while I'm camping. So I'm still looking for something that's gonna handle that. But yeah, that's pretty much the install, man. There's nothing. Nothing else really crazy going on about it. Like I said, nothing special with my install. Like I said, you've seen them all basically at this point in time, man. Like, so when it was first a thing, right, everyone was looking to see, how are people running their installation on the kayaks. And different kayaks vary, right? So this PA14, Hobie, obviously, and there's plenty of videos of that. So that's why I wanted to make this real simple video, just an overview of how I did mine. Again, Chris, AKA Hook a Brother Up, did my installation. He does a lot of other things too, fabricates a lot of stuff. You want to replace your rod tube holders, your rod holders in your Hobie. He has a plate, you know what I mean, you can put over there. He does a lot of different stuff, man. So look him up, hit him up, man. His fee is very minimal. He hooked me up, obviously. Hook a Brother Up, right? So he took care of me, did my installation for me, and much appreciated, Chris. So that's it, man. That's it for my install. We're gonna jump into a little quick, my maiden voyage out here at El Cap doing a tournament. It was a horrible tournament. Not even gonna show you guys the whole tournament. Just when I first get on the water, how I feel about the motor and the one fish I did catch in the tournament. And that's it, man. So I'll see y'all on the next video. I might do another video this week just because this is gonna be a short video and I missed last week, so I'll probably drop another video Friday. So until then, leave me a comment. If you're new to the channel, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, leave me a comment like I just said 2 seconds ago, and I'll get back with y'all as always, man. Peace. So I'm still getting used to this whole motor thing. It's cool so far. This thing seems to have a mind of its own for me right now. Getting used to these controls. One thing, man, is like I don't like not feeling in control of the boat. And after pedaling so long, man, it's like I lose that connection with the boat. I don't know if you know what I mean. Kind of like a car, right? Like your gas pedal is like, that's how you feel everything's going on with your car, right? Gas pedal, steering wheel. When you take your hands off, it's like you're not in control, man. So you can't feel what the boat is doing, what the car is doing. Same thing with this. I got my pedals, I'm always got my feet on my pedals and my hand on my rudder, right? So I can feel what I need to do. With this motor though, yeah, not so much. So again, it's just gonna take some getting used to, and I got time. We'll figure it out. And top of the head. You don't like the net. Oh, there we go. We got one, y'all. He was sitting here being quiet. I got some more here. It took us a long time, man, but crankbait is what I wanted to do today. So we took one. We got him in his head. Oh yeah, he wasn't coming off. He was in the skin too. Alright, buddy. Let's get you on camera one time. Play nice. For your boy, please. Oh, man. Not as flexible as I used to be. Alright, buddy. Please. Don't do no crazy crap. Alright, y'all. 15 3/4. First fish, man. Took me about an hour or two. Actually, probably 3. But we got a board. Alright. We'll let this guy go. Come on. Let me get a jump start. No? Alright. Peace.